Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Zoe. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Hey, Hannah. Hey, Matt. How's everyone today? How are you doing? Hey, Kathy. How how are you? Hey, Hey, Sharon. Hey, guys. Woo. Hey, Gina. Oh, hey, Lori. Hey, everyone. Hey, Alyssa. Hi, YouTube fam. How's everybody doing this morning? Hey, Denisha. Hey, Luis. Hey, Jason. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Serenity. Good morning, guys. Hey, Emma. Hey, Nat. Sun is out in Michigan. Yes, it is. Hey, Harold. Good morning. Hi, guys. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Glennis. Oh, man. How is your morning going thus far, guys? Hey, Mary. Hey, Wendy. Oh, Wendy. Hi. I love it. Aw. So great. Hey, Jake. How's everyone doing so far? Hey, Kathy. Well, guys, I just decided I needed to go for a run and listen to one of my favorite podcasts this morning. And so I am sweaty. I'm a mess, if you can't tell. And I'm just coming at ya, real and just as I am today. Hey, Miriam. Hey, Nick. And I hope that's how you guys come too. You know, that's how God wants us to come to Him, is just how we are, who we are in our moment. Just come to Him. So that's what I did. I just felt like I needed to get out of the house for a quick sec and do a run. So I'm a little bit late getting to you this morning, but I was with Jesus and I just needed to get my shoes on and get out there. So that's what I did. So, Suzanne, where can I hear some of your older music? Well, I mean, all of our Love and the Outcome records are on all the spots you download music and listen to music. I have some old vintage Jody King CDs that we don't make anymore in my shed. So we can talk about that some other time. That's an interesting point. I guess I could try and get that to you guys somehow. But you know what? As I was running this morning, I was thinking about so much with the Lord. I was thinking about how, how basically finding joy in Him releases strength. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how sometimes we need to just really find joy just by being with Him, because joy is a response to who He is, right? Joy is a response to who He is. It's not a response to our circumstance. I'm going to say that one more time. Joy is a response to who God is, not a response to our circumstance. So if that's really true, then that's how we find joy in every situation. And so this morning, I wasn't feeling overly joyful, I'm going to be honest with you. Last night, Chris and I just had one of those evenings sitting on the couch where we just felt just a bit down, like a bit discouraged. You know, it just comes in waves sometimes, and it was just one of those waves of a bit of discouragement. And we recognized it as such. And it's okay. It happens, right? We had to talk it out with each other, and we did. We just sat on the couch and talked it out with each other. And I woke up still kind of feeling in that spirit of discouragement, still just feeling like I was in that spot, and just really felt like, okay, I know that I can access joy because joy is a response to who God is for me, who He is in the world. So I need to figure out how to access that this morning, because I'm not accessing it right now. I know it in my head. I know that God is joy and that the joy of the Lord is my strength. I know that in my head, but I'm not feeling that in my heart, and I'm not feeling that in my reality this morning. And so isn't that how it is? Isn't that how it goes? We need to figure out how to pivot from the old man way of living and thinking to the new man. We need to find ways of pivoting out of discouragement mindset into joy mindset. And sometimes that's easier said than done for me. I mean, if I go to church and worship is playing, worship is a pretty quick pivot for me. happens pretty instantaneously usually as I'm in his presence. And I think that's the key. It's when we're not going to church and we're not letting somebody else woo us into his presence, the worship team and everyone else is kind of doing it for us. What is it like when we're home and we're feeling discouraged? Do we know how? Hi, sis. Do we know how on our own to pivot out of discouragement mindset into joy mindset? Do we know how to go from knowing the joy of the Lord is our strength to feeling and living that the joy of the Lord is our strength? Because isn't that the huge difference, right? That's how it gets real for us. It's like we can know all of these things about God, but are we really walking out those things? Do we know how to take them from something we know to something that we live? And so that was what my run was all about this morning. I just needed to go out with the Lord and say, hey, I'm feeling discouraged this morning. And I know that that spirit is not from you. You are never a spirit of discouragement in my life, ever. So that's just flesh. That's me. And that's not wrong. That's how I'm feeling. But I'm going to go for a run and I'm going to name it. And I'm going to give you that. And I'm going to go, could you be what I can't be for myself? Can you be joy for me this morning? Because I'm not feeling it. So I think I wanted to just ask you guys that this morning. What are you feeling sort of enslaved by? Like our verse says in Galatians chapter 5, verse 1. What is holding you back from standing up? What is keeping you back this morning? What's keeping you down? For me, it was discouragement, just a discouragement mindset. Just feeling, like when is this going to end? Because I really want to go play another show and we need to. And what is it for you? What is it for you this morning? That's just my story. That's just my place. What is it for you that has been enslaving you? Because isn't that what happens? Feels like this just kind of grip on us, right? Feels like a grip. Whatever is holding you down, God wants to help you stand up and get out of that, step out of that. And the way that we do that is really putting into practice who we know he is for us, not just believing in our head, but walking it out. And so whatever it is that's, like it says right here, the life of freedom, Galatians 5:1, Christ has set us free to live a free life. So take your stand. Never again let anyone put a harness of slavery around you. Yeah, honey?
I want some gum to go outside.
You want some gum to go outside, hey? Okay, I'll get you some. Here, just sit with me for a sec. I'm almost done, okay? Gum does make everything better, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, it does. So whatever's enslaving you this morning, whatever's keeping you down, I feel like when I am down in my discouragement or whatever it is that's enslaving me, I saw some people say worry, I saw some people say fear. All of those things are so real, right? They're real feelings for us. Honey, I'll get you gum in 5 minutes, Kate. I'll be with you. Milo. I'll be right there. Go ask Dada. He's outside. He has the gum for you. Okay. See you in a bit. Whatever it is that is enslaving you this morning, whatever it is that's holding you down, that truly is our old man, and that's an old way of thinking. I'm saying this to myself this morning. I'm not saying that it's not okay to feel those things. We feel those things. We're human beings. That's just what happens. But when we feel those things, it helps me to remember that when I'm focused on earthly things, that's where the problems come in. That's where I end up focusing on problems, and I end up focusing on pursuing things in my own strength when I'm focused on earthly things. When I'm focused on the things of the kingdom, when I have a kingdom mindset, then I focus on a problem being an opportunity to pivot towards God. It's a whole different mindset. So I really read freedom in this verse, Galatians 5:1, that freedom is a mindset. Freedom is a mindset. It's knowing how to shift from our human mindset into heaven mindset. It's knowing how to shift from my old man into my new man. It's knowing how to access the things. We have full access. And sometimes we live in such little bits and pieces of who God is, but we have full access. So, this is such a process for me, guys. Knowing how to live in freedom is basically the journey of our life as a believer, right? Because God has set us free. That part is done. But learning how to access that freedom moment by moment is so real right now. Like, does anybody else feel that? It is so, so real for me right now. Like, this is where the rubber meets the road. Am I focused on the things of this earth, which are problems, and how am I progressing, and what am I doing, and what am I accomplishing and achieving? And like, problems are what I see when I look at my life from that perspective, when I'm in my earthly mindset. But when I shift into kingdom mindset, when I pivot towards, oh, wait, that's my old man talking. That's my old way of thinking. I don't think like that anymore. I live here in the new man. I have full access to God. I have full access to kingdom, full access. Everything I need is there. Then I shift my mindset, and all of a sudden I start to access this freedom that I didn't have before. So if you feel stuck and held down and enslaved by old thinking, I'm not saying that it's wrong and it's not real. I know that it's real. Believe me, I felt it this morning so big time. But as believers, the difference for us is we don't stay stuck, because he is moving us towards freedom always. That's always his way, is freedom. Freedom is a gift he's given, and now we need to access it. Freedom is already given. We have full access, full freedom. If we're not living in it, it's because we're not accessing it. And so let's let this be a time where we name what we're feeling, what's enslaving us, like this verse says, so that we can stand, so that we can stand up in freedom and go, I'm going to leave that discouragement behind today. You know, it might be following me around. It's kind of just hovering there. But every time I feel it, do I know how to pivot out of discouragement into joy? Okay, joy is a response to who God is. I'm going to know that God is who he says he is for me, and I'm going to just start being in his presence, and I'm going to shift and pivot. Instead of focusing on my problems, I'm going to pivot towards the Father. So I hope that's encouraging this morning. From my discouragement, I hope I could bring some encouragement. That I didn't mean that to sound as cheesy as it did, but I really sincerely mean that. That I think that sometimes by vulnerably sharing our discouragement with others, that other people can receive some encouragement. And so that was my morning. That was how I really felt like I was sort of asking myself some hard questions. You know, you're feeling discouraged, Jode. How do you pivot out of discouragement into joy? What is that like? What is that process for you? And so that's kind of how I was working it out with the Lord today. And I hope that that is encouraging for you guys. That freedom's a mindset. Because freedom's a gift that's already been given. And now it's a mindset that we have to learn how to access. Especially when it gets tough and real in this season. So I'll read this verse one more time and pray. And then just hope you guys have an awesome day. Christ has set us free to live a free life. So take your stand. Take your stand. Take it. Take it. That was what going for my run was all about today. It's like, I'm going to take a stand against this discouragement. I don't need to live in this spot right now. I got to take a stand. I got to access freedom, the freedom that's been given to me. I've got to go access it. I got to take a stand against it, and I've got to stop focusing on problems and stop focusing on earthly things from an earthly mindset. And I got to shift towards a heavenly mindset. Never again let anyone put a harness of slavery on you. Don't enslave yourself. Don't let those emotions and those feelings enslave you today. Freedom is a mindset we can access always. So I hope that that connected with you guys today. And I'm going to sing Moving On, because I feel like that is what this is all about. I wrote this song when I felt stuck and I didn't know how to access freedom. I didn't know how to realize that even when I feel stuck, that God is still moving and calling me forward. And that's just massive for me. This has been what I've been in the middle of learning in my life, is how to know freedom is available, but how to access it and live it out. Because that's really the proof of what we believe, isn't it? Is how we live. It's how we live. What we really believe is it's on full display right now, and my lack thereof. right? And so, man, that's a challenge for me today. So anyway, I'm gonna sing moving on. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for man, we had a whole bunch of you guys order the devotional last night. I just saw a ton of orders come in, a ton of shirts of You Got This t-shirts. I think we only have 4 spots on the thank you page of the book, and we started off with 50 spots. I can't even believe it. So I feel so blown away and so blessed. You guys have been a massive encouragement to my spirit, and more than you even know. Honestly, I could cry. It just really blesses our family right now in a season where we can really just use that. And so we're in this together. We're encouraging each other. Sometimes our discouragement can be someone else's encouragement if we're not too scared to share it. So today, just remember that just give somebody what you have to give. Maybe you being vulnerable helps somebody else feel encouraged. I know it sounds weird, but if we're only ever people helping each other and never letting someone help us, then that's not really true friendship. And so I just wanted to let you guys into my vulnerable place today, hoping that you know that you encourage me too. And so hopefully our vulnerabilities in this season can encourage the people around us, because that's what really lets us know we're in it together, right? God is love and we are the outcome. And part of being the outcome of his love is just sharing how we're working that out, how we're working out life with him right now. Sometimes that's like the best way you can show who the Father is to you, is by letting people know what you're going through and how he's helping you through it. You know, you don't have to have the answers. I don't have to have the answers. I just have to know that I can access them with him. And it's okay when I'm in the middle of it and I'm working it out. That's what this is supposed to be. So I love you guys so much. And God, thank you for today. Thank you for the chance to just be in your presence. Thank you for the chance to meet you in our homes. Thank you that we have full access to you, full access to your promises, full access to joy. Joy can be the way we find strength today. So may we just remember in all things, no matter what little things are following us around, trying to hold us back, feeling enslaved by emotion, enslaved by discouragement like I was today, may we stand up like Galatians 5:1 says. May we stand up because we have freedom and we can access it in you. And sometimes we need to stand up and take hold of that mindset, the new man mindset, and walk out our freedom with you. So thank you that you give us all that we need. You have everything we need today. We thank you for that so, so much, God. I've spent my last day standing here in the shadows of my shame and fear, where the yesterdays don't disappear. I've spent my last day standing here. I'll wave goodbye to my regrets, to the too far gones and can't forget. Set my sights on words ahead. I've waved goodbye to my regrets. Now I'm moving on. Guilt has had its grip on me for way too long. This will be my freedom song. Hallelujah, because of you I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Your second chances never end. I know I will fall down again. Remind me, Lord, when I forget. Your second chances never end. Your second chances never end. Now I'm moving on. Guilt has had its grip on me for way too long. This will be my freedom song. Hallelujah, because of you I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Let's move on today, guys. Guilt has had its grip on us for too long. Fear has had its grip on us too long. Discouragement has had its grip on us for too long. Anxiety has had its grip on us too long. Sadness has had its grip on us too long. God is not letting us down in this season. So let's grab hold of that freedom. Let's let this be our freedom song, and let's move forward with Him today. You can be standing still and still moving because He is always working on our behalf. Love you guys so much. Hope this was an encouragement. Give me a little wave if you're in this with me today. Love that I could spend this time with you guys. So grab hold of that freedom, guys. Let's stand up. Let's stand up. Love you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.